let me take you through about what Israel-Hamas war is looking like right now. US wants more time for the hostage talks. Remember, it's not just Israeli hostages. There are American citizens also who are currently being kept as hostage, and other nationalities and ethnicities too. America, importantly, wants its missile shield for its troops. There are American troops deployed. It wants missile defense systems to be deployed in time. There are already 2 warships. There are carriers that have been placed in the Mediterranean Sea. It wants to ensure, if at all this escalates, their troops will be taken care of and are not harmed. The differences within Israel government, as reports are coming in, are also out. That some of them are not in favor of a ground offensive, even though they do support eliminating the Hamas terror hideouts. Airstrikes already have weakened Hamas. There are constantly daily updates coming in that Hamas commanders have died in the Gaza Strip. There are, of course, a multi-pronged war that's also opening up from different fronts. But there is also intelligence that's coming in that there are arrested terrorists who were managed to be caught by the Israeli Defense Forces on 7th October. They have given out a lot of information about the sort of modus operandi that Hamas has. Possible attacks from Iranian proxies. This is an important point. Iran, for now, appears to be not directly involved, but reports daily surfacing that there was much more than just giving out statements. That possibly all this training to the Hamas was also given by Iran and in Iran against Israel. So that is another issue that's coming in, and this is what the question that I want to take to Shiv Arun now. Shiv, because with reports coming in that Iran is literally saying to Israel, you cannot defeat the Muslim armies. Then the reports coming in that the training was done in Iran. So clearly there is a lot of, and it's not surprising that Iran is involved, but there is more evidence and reports surfacing. How do we look at Iran's role here in the Middle East and at a time when Saudi Arabia was trying to normalize relationship with Israel, Shiv?
As you probably know, during wartime, there's an old saying, never believe anything unless it is officially denied. But, not to be facetious about something that is so serious, I'd like to say that the fact that Iran's involvement, through its statements, now through this intelligence report, has gone, from being an indirect operator through proxies like Hezbollah and Hamas, now to being a direct trainer of Hamas on its soil, making very belligerent declarations of war on Israel, representing the Muslim world, take this entirely to the next level. The question now is, will that collision actually happen? What this does is, ostensibly set the stage for an Iran versus United States collision, on the battlefield. Will that actually happen, is the big story. Because right now the focal point of the conflict is still, Israel and its operations in Gaza. There are fronts on different sides of Israel, that Israel is executing, whether it is Syria, whether it is the Hezbollah, whether it is the West Bank. And one must remember that all of these, Pooja, are proxies of Iran. This is a country that has always operated through proxies. It has never, or very rarely, directly gotten involved in military operations or confrontations of any kind. But this time, if you combine the terror meeting between the 3 proxies in Beirut, Iran's, the Ayatollah's own statements against Israel, representing the Muslim world, saying Israel will never be able to take on a united Muslim world, plus the fact that, this US intelligence report has come forward, it sets the stage for, what could be a direct, limited confrontation of some kind. And let's just put it out there right away while we're reporting this. That would be absolutely disastrous for the world, whether it is the economy, whether it is oil prices, whether it is, of the all levels of indices coming in from West Asia, which is a pivotal point from the world. It's going to be a disaster. And you've got the Pentagon also recently, just an hour ago or so, putting out a statement saying they're prepared or expecting a major escalation. So things are on tenterhooks right now as far as Iran is concerned.
I want to understand from you, because you've been reporting and as close as possibly one can get into the West Bank and towards the Gaza Strip as well, where we see this in Gaza, for example, there is a crisis unfolding. There's a reason that aid is being sent in via the Egypt border. What do you think the mood presently is with regard to a sort of a moral high ground that Israel may have had because of the 7th October massacre, but can it really go ahead with the ground offensive as well?